I made over 500k at 16, starting from zero only 6 months ago, and I'm now on track to hit $1 million before I turn 18. Let me tell you, you don't need a fancy setup, a lot of money, or even a sugar daddy to make bank. All you need is this. You first need to start off by not picking a high income skill like all these YouTube gurus tell you to. Instead, you're gonna start a service-based job where you trade your time for money. And I'm not talking about flipping burgers.
Someone has to f***ing flip the burgers, dumb.
You want a job that at first starts off not earning you much but has the opportunity to scale and make bank. This is to build capital whilst you're learning at the same time so that you can eventually turn the money and the knowledge into an actual asset. And if you're not sure what to do, I personally started video editing for YouTubers. And I'd highly recommend it if you have an editing software which you can find for free like DaVinci Resolve, and also a computer that's not a potato and can handle some type of editing job, so I wouldn't really rely on the computer sitting in your attic from 1937. Editing is super underrated because while getting to work for people and getting paid, you get to see the behind the scenes of everything going on. It's also in extremely high demand after the boom in the YouTube market, so a lot of people are hiring. This can basically lead you to meeting a lot of high profile connections, which can take you to unmeasurable amounts of success. So to get work for your service-based business of choice, in my opinion, obviously would be editing. I wouldn't suggest you go to any of these freelance websites like Fiverr or Upwork, because people on those sites are almost always looking for super cheap work. And to get your post on the front page, you'll need clients, which means yes, you might get a lot of jobs, but you're getting paid big max for videos that take you hours to create. So what's the point? It basically defeats the purpose of you being able to build your capital to move on to the next step. So instead, you're gonna wanna go to places like Twitter or Discord where a lot of creators are looking for work and paying pretty decently. Create a good pitch and DM these people, or go on the search handle and search looking for a video editor, and a bunch of listings will pop up. The way you're really gonna scale this to make dough though is by getting referred from your clients to other people. To make sure you get as much of this as possible, you really wanna put effort in every piece of content you make for them so that they're enticed to bring you to their friends and give great testimonials. This is what took me from working for really small YouTubers to massive ones within the span of 6 months. And you want to keep doing this until you've gone from editing for 10 people for $100 a video to 5 people at over $1,000 an edit. So once you've got the skill of editing or any service-based niche down and you've acquired some cool clients, you're gonna be figuring out how these people operate their businesses by literally investigating them. No, you're not showing up to their houses or asking for their social security number. You're simply gonna be listening in on team meetings, asking clients questions on how they make their content, and a lot of things in that aspect. I did this a lot, and that really propelled me to start understanding how the social media space worked for myself. This later allowed me to apply the knowledge down the road onto my own channels. And speaking of the channels that I did start down the road, once you've built enough capital and learned enough from your client's business to be able to replicate it yourself, you're gonna basically go and do it. I personally went from editing for YouTubers to making my own shorts and made over $8,000 in my first month. So it's definitely possible to succeed if you do it right. And with the capital you've built up, you can keep scaling your business and eventually multiple others by having people do the work for you. This will literally mean that you're no longer trading your time for money, which is when things start to get fun. You're gonna be able to scale to infinite heights at this point. And ideally, you wanna start building social proof with all the numbers that you're able to amass, because all the proof you're building is on purpose. This could lead you into multiple different paths like ad revenue from shorts, which can get as high as $30,000 a month. And if you wanted to start a content agency, you could just take your already existing editing clients, put them under, and that would mean you get returning clients because you've built the proof that you know how to blow up channels. I did this myself by growing my own accounts and then helping other people do the same, and because they see that I actually know what I'm doing, they obviously want to continue working together, and this becomes a never-ending cycle. And with all the V-Bucks you're now making, you can start hiring out people under you to do the work for your clients and your agency, which can be found in my Discord below. You can now even transition into long-form content, which pays a lot more than shorts. You can get them to help you so that you can scale even more. See, you're now at another level, and you've no longer become the employee, you're now the boss handling everything. But you need to make sure that you're always diversifying, because there's a lot more to make on social media. So when you start your shorts channel, eventually move into long form, you can get sponsors for your long form channel, which can earn you even more, but then you can go ahead and start on another platform entirely. There's endless opportunity when you start getting the ball rolling, which is the best part about social media and how you can exponentially increase your wealth. I've literally experienced all of this myself, and I'm giving you the exact blueprint. You'll then at one point have dozens of people working for you under multiple channels, running a content agency here, a long form channel there, and I've personally diversified in my space by taking the knowledge that I was taught from YouTube Shorts and video editing to make bank on Snapchat. And if you're interested on the specific steps I took to make my first 500k, then watch this video next.